Here are 5 easy ways to make coins in FC24. So you're going to come over to the transfer market, and the first thing you're going to do is go over to the quality and set it to silver. And then what you're going to do is go through some of these leagues right here, and there are a ton of leagues in this game that you can trade with right now that will make you a ton of coins. Now, if you're not sure how to trade, sniping, bidding, etc, etc, let me explain. Trading is the act of buying a card at one price and selling it on for a higher price, and making a profit after the EA tax, which is 5%. So now that you know how to trade, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So we're going to go for League Earn as our first one, and what we're going to do is we are going to find the minimum price that these cards are selling for, and I'm doing that just by putting this max buy now up at the bottom, and as you can see they're all going for about 900 coins roughly. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll over to the 59th minute, and I'm going to see some of the newly listed cards, and the newly listed cards will be at the 59th minute because when you list up a card on the market you've got the option to list it at 1 hour, and that's what everyone goes for. So around the 59th minute, and what I'm going to try and do now is try and snipe cards that are lower than the average selling price, or any cards that I know that are going for more than that. And because I'm at this 59th minute, I'll be able to see the cards before anybody else. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep scrolling through until we find some that are a bit cheaper. So there's this guy here at 800 coins. It looks like he's selling for about 950 coins. If he's still on the market, I can back out now, come over and buy the card, but I've missed out on it. If you want to build the best team possible in EASPORTSFC, make sure to go and buy some coins from Mule Factory and use the code LECOINS5 for a discount. And you're going to repeat this process over and over again until you find yourself some cards. Sometimes you'll get lucky and be able to find yourself cards that are cheaper than that selling price, which obviously is amazing, but more often than not you are going to be trying to buy the cards at the same price as the other one, so bear that in mind. The more player prices you know, the better this method will be. And as you can see, I've just got one at 800 coins. On the market he's going for roughly about 1,000 coins, as you can see at the bottom, so I can sell this one on at 1,000 coins and make a cheeky 200 coins profit. Moving into this next method, I'm going to be sticking with quality as silver, and now what we're going to do instead is do some bidding. Now, the only thing you need to change for this method is the max price and the min buy now. So I'm just going to go for a random one. I'm going to go for the max price 2,000 coins. Min buy now is going to be 2,000 coins, and I'm going to search on the market. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for any cards who have got a bid on them. As soon as I see them with a bid on them, I'm going to add them to my transfer targets and see how much they sell for. So you can see that this guy's currently, he's going for about 300 coins, but he's got a bid on at 200. If there was a bigger gap between those two numbers, I'd drop a bid on that card. So it really is up to you to try and find those cards, and don't get me wrong, that is quite hard to do, and it will take you a bit to find some players for this method. In the past it was really easy to use this method because you could just go and bid on absolutely anybody, but nowadays it's a lot harder. So I found this card here is currently going on an open bid at 250 coins, so I'm going to drop a bid at 300 coins. Now if I go and check her price, I should be able to see at the bottom she's roughly selling for about 700 coins. So that means that I should be able to make a 400 coin profit on this. Now the trick with this method is to just find as many cards as you possibly can do. You're not going to make a lot of coins just by bidding one by one by one. It doesn't work like that. You really need to find as many cards as you can do and drop as many bids on as you can do. And because the silver, typically there's not as much competition on them. And this one is coming in, so let's see if we've managed to get this one. We have. There we go. We've managed to just get this Daniels at 300 coins. So now all I need to do is just come over here and I'm going to list her up for a bit of an undercut at 600 coins. There we go. Let's move on to the third method. So for this third method, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to quality and we're going to set it to gold rare. And then what we're going to do is come over to this maximum price down here and we are going to set this to 750 coins. The min buy now on this is going to be 1,000 coins, and then we are going to search upon the market. And now what we're looking for is one thing and one thing only: 82 rated cards. Now 82 rated cards go up and down all the time because of different squad building challenges. They are a very versatile card. They go up just all the time. I don't really know what I mean by that. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to scroll through and I'm going to find as many 82 rated cards as possible. And all I'm doing is just looking at the rating. So we found this first one here, this Jakobsson. Now 82 rated cards, you should never pay more than 800 coins on a card. Now I'll explain in just a sec why this is the case. Now this is such an easy method that you can do this whilst watching something else. Honestly, you could even do this whilst you start scrolling on TikTok. It's so easy. And all you're going to do is just try and bid on as as many cards at 82 rated with no higher than 800 coins. That is all you need to do, just 800 coins, no higher than that. If you bid higher, this method won't work. You should be able to see I've just got myself these 3 cards right here. Now, this is where this method comes in, and this is why this method is so easy. So what you're going to do is first off, you're going to go and check to see how much the card's going for, because if it's going for anything, you've made money, obviously. But a lot of these cards will just sell at 800 coins. Now, what you're going to do is just bid on as many of these as you possibly can do and just sell them at 1,000 coins. That's it. Now, you've got 2 options when you do this. You can sell them instantly at 1,000 coins, or what I probably would recommend doing is hold on to them until they may be needed for a different squad building challenge. Now, they're not going to sell straight away at 1,000 coins, so don't get that idea in your head. These will sell after a few relistings, meaning that you have to keep listing them on and on and on. And if there's ever an SBC that requires 82 rated cards, they will shoot up to 1.5, 2,000, maybe even 2.5k. And if you've bought them at 800 coins, you're honestly laughing. There's always a demand for 82 rated cards, and they are typically the cards that get lowest to the discard price. Worst case scenario, you discard these cards on and you lose 100 coins per card. It's really not a big deal. Moving into the next method, I wanted to talk about a few more high budget methods. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the quality and we're going to set it to special. And then what we're going to do is we are going to set it to any chemistry style that we can possibly think of. So you can go for anchor, you can go for hunter, you can go for shadow, you can go for catalyst. So for this example, let's just use hunter. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come over to this min buy now and set it to 10,250. And then what you're going to do is you are going to find the absolute minimum that these cards are selling for with a hunter on them. As you'll be able to see, they're going for about 12,000 coins. Now this method is super simple and you can actually get yourself some really good deals by doing this. And all you're going to do is sit here and press compare price and back over and over again, and when a card pops up, you're going to buy it. Now the reason why this is easy, again, because you can sit and do something else. This doesn't take any brain power whatsoever, and some of these cards you'll be able to make yourself 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 coins. And if you're able to get a few of these every single hour, genuinely you will be making an absolute ton by using this method. Don't get me wrong, maybe they're not popping up as often as I'm saying, but when they do and you're able to get them, it's such a good feeling, man. And the reason why these cards go for more is if you go over to the consumables and go over to the player chemistry style and go through each chemistry style that you're going to be trading with. Hunters, for example, are very, very popular, and as you can see, they are currently going for about 3,000 coins. So hypothetically speaking, these should go for 3,000 coins more. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come over to the market and I'm going to go over to that Cavallero. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Not him. That's not who it is. This guy right here, we're going to go over to special and we're going to see how much he's actually selling for with a hunter. Now we got him at around 11,750, and as you can see, he's actually selling for about 13,750, so we're making around 2,000 coins profit on that card. The good thing is as well, you can repeat this with pretty much any chemistry style that I've just spoken about. It's the exact same for catalyst as well. As long as you set everything up right, you can just trade with whoever you want with this, assuming that there's 1 or 0 cards after that hour mark. And catalyst is the same, anchor's the same, shadow's the same. You can see right here, this guy at 12,250. I don't know how much he sells for, but maybe it's a deal. So then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to back out and I'm going to go over to the store, and hopefully from the store, he's still there. Good stuff. I thought he'd gone for a minute then. I'm going to go and get him listed up at 13,750. Just easy coins, but this last method, honestly, is the easiest out of them all. So for this last method, I've not been able to make a video about this earlier on because there just wasn't as many special cards, but now it's a perfect time to do it. So if we go over to the quality, as you'll be able to see, we have already got a ton of different card types in EASPORTSFC. So what you're going to do, you're going to click on here, and all you're going to do is go and choose one of these at random. So let's just go for a random one. Let's go for Nike Mad Ready. Let's just go for this one. So then what you're going to do is you're going to go over to the min buy and you're going to set it to 10,250. And then what you're going to do is you're going to find the absolute minimum price that all of the Nike Mad Ready or other special cards are going for. And what you're going to do is you're going to try and trade with some of these cards. Basically, because these are a lot more expensive and because they are promos from yesteryears, not as many people are trading around these cards. For example, this Fernandez is going for around 22,000 coins, but I bet if I put it up higher, there'll be other cards like this Chiesa. Now, a lot of people may look at this Chiesa on the market and go, okay, cool, I don't really care about him. Mainly because that these are promos from a few weeks ago, a few months ago. And what actually happens is some of these cards actually get listed for a hell of a lot cheaper than what they actually go for. For example, some people may list this Chiesa up at 22,000 coins when he doesn't go at that. So what you're going to do is go through every single one of these card types at the minimum price, and you're going to see if there are any deals that are popping up at that price. Specifically, ones that aren't in packs at the minute are usually better. For example, Trailblazer Trailblazers at the minute is usually a good one to use. As you can see at the minute, Trailblazers is going for around 11,000 coins, there or thereabouts. But if I go over to the 59th minute, I might be able to see a card that is just a massive undercut that no one else has noticed. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out, and then I'm going to go over to another one, and I'm going to go over to UCL Road to the Knockouts and do the exact same thing. Go over to the 59th minute, and maybe there'll be someone there who just sticks out as a sore thumb who's not actually going at the right price. I'll try Road to the Knockouts as well. Maybe there'll be something around there, around the 59th minute. Is there anything? To be fair, that Classy at 10,500 isn't actually a bad shout, but his next one up's 11,000 coins, so it's not too good. And as you can see, I've just got myself a Chiesa at 22,750, who has been selling all day at 27,000 coins. So all I need to do now is just come over here, and I can go and get enlisted up at that and make myself a cool 2,000 profit on that card. It's just honestly so good. And if you didn't know, I've recently released a new video on my second channel. If you're interested in making money, definitely go and check it out. Oosh.